Sky Squad, we are back in the building, okay? And we are picking up from our continued coverage of the Nene Leakes lawsuit against Andy Cohen, truly original, the producers behind the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Bravo and NBC Universal. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and dive on in. And if you guys listen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. I've been breaking these down based on the bits and pieces that we've been getting from various media outlets, and specifically Radar Online has been dropping bits every single day. So we get a little bit more insight as to exactly what's going on. And let's face it, it's a 74-page document. There's really no way to condense all of that into one video because I am not a lawyer. But the way they are breaking it down, we're getting a lot more intel. And this video is really a follow-up from yesterday's video. So if you are interested in the breakdown of this case, then here we go. Okay. Now, so we're picking up from yesterday where we talked about how Nene Leakes, ended up, leaving the season 12 reunion because they had brought Giovanna out and she had already allegedly told them that she didn't want her to appear at the reunion because it would cause her undue mental stress and anxiety. I'm paraphrasing that. Okay. So not only that, but she also alleges the network told her to wear a darker color while telling the rest of the ladies to wear white. Okay. Now, she says she changed mid reunion in order to, be in line with the rest of the ladies so that it wouldn't appear to viewers as though she was just acting out and doing something different. Okay. So now we're picking up from there where we talked about how, again, she ended up walking off after being attacked by her other cast members. Nene said that after the reunion, she received a call from Bravo's executive vice president of production, Sherry Levine. Okay. So this is where things will really start to get interesting. So follow along. Okay. So apparently, during that call, the lawsuit says that Sherry Levine told Nene she would have to sit out of season 13. Apparently, this was the quote: I want you to sit out for season 13 and you can come back on season 14. This is what Sherry allegedly said. Now, Nene is claiming that she was shocked by the news, especially since Andy Cohen had previously said Real Housewives of Atlanta is the house that Nene built. She said that she was pressing for an explanation, but was given no answer that made any sense. Later, she said that Sherry allegedly told her the reason was her reunion walk-off. Now, Nene's lawsuit is arguing that because this happens with some level of frequency and the housewife is not typically banished, this excuse smacked more of differential treatment. Other white housewives have walked off reunion sets only to either return the next year or alternatively receive their own spin-off show. The call ended without any agreement or mutual understanding. Now, the only person that I can think of that ended up, I don't recall any housewife from my knowledge that has walked off a reunion set midway during the reunion and did not return. Now, typically there's a walk off, but they usually end up coming back after they cool off or whatever because they need a minute. But I can recall instances where there was a housewife who did not show up at the reunion and was brought back, but that was most likely because she was already filming season 4. The Real Housewives of New Jersey were filming season 4 when they shot the season 3 reunion. Something happened during season 4 that led to Jacqueline not being able to deal with the mental angst of coming to the reunion. So she was already in season 4 to begin with. So there was really no way they could fire her. I mean, they could have, but she was such an integral part of the story that it wouldn't have made sense. And they only had 5 housewives. Now, Adrienne Maloof didn't show up to her reunion and she got the get on. Okay. Not showing up to the reunion, or I think walking off the reunion and basically not returning is definitely probably going to be grounds for an early dismissal from this show. Okay. No matter who you are, because at the end of the day, most of the housewives would probably agree that it is about showing up to work, regardless of whether or not there is a surprise or there is something there. Because at that point, it's like, defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the better alternative versus saying, oh, well, I'm going to walk off this set and allow someone else to give a narrative that I can't defend. Okay. But that's just my thought on that. Now, um, the only person, and again, that I can think of that left midway during a season, two examples, and this isn't a reunion, would be Lisa Vanderpump, who had already had her spinoffs. But then we think about Kim Zolciak, who was probably already in negotiations for her spinoff anyway, which probably meant that she really didn't care that she walked off. But if we go back, a lot of this lawsuit, the basis in the beginning was about the preferential treatment that Kim Zolciak allegedly got over the rest of the housewives, according to this lawsuit. Okay. And I say allegedly. Now, getting back to the story, apparently 1 week later, Nene said that Sherry called back to tell her again that she needed to sit out for season 13. Okay. Now, again, this is despite Andy telling her that Real Housewives of Atlanta was the house that Nene built, according to Nene Leakes. All right. So then Nene Leakes was offered a development deal for a show based on her Lanithia Lounge in Duluth, Georgia. Now, this development deal is alleged to have come with what they, and I'm quoting here, a paltry $150,000 offer. So I'm like, is that the budget for the show? Is that the budget for the sizzle? Is that the budget that, I mean, what is the 150? Is that just like a signing bonus or a sign-on fee that they pay for, the putting together some type of because you have to put together typically usually a sizzle of some sort of presentation, so I'm wondering if it was for that. But whatever the case, Nene says she was insulted in her suit. She says she begged that if they were going to kick her off the show, at least give her a send-off that was appropriate in light of her years of service. Nene said that Sherry played dumb, and this is again allegedly, acting like the creative side of the network could not figure out how to do this. Eventually, the producers allegedly offered her the demotion of a mere 6 episodes in season 13. Now, her lawyer said that they still offered no legitimate explanation for why this was occurring. Okay. You know, there were they're saying that there were varied explanations that shifted with time. And initially, she was told that she needed to sit the season out because she had walked off the reunion show. And then now she's getting a demotion of a mere 6 episodes. Now, later, the suit is saying during the negotiation, the executives suggested part of the reason why they wanted her to sit out was because of an ill-conceived comment that Nene had made to a heckler at a comedy show where she was performing at. This was just another instance of dredging up stale excuses, according to the lawsuit. These instances occurred back in October 2017, and I thought this was addressed on the show as well. So in August of 2020, Nene was left out of a Bravo special on race that was the final straw. So that was the special that, there were a lot of Bravo celebrities on, like, I don't know who spearheaded that. I don't know if it was Candy and Portia. I don't know how it came together, but she was allegedly left out of that. So she took to social media to call out Andy Cohen and Bravo for their actions and call for basically a boycott of the network. So then The network reneged on the development deal offer allegedly, and then they also cut off future negotiations for continued employment on Real House of Atlanta or otherwise. Now, what I will say is that, sometimes you, and especially in the entertainment world, you take the L for the greater good. And what I mean by that is this: if you were going to call them out, you can't really expect them to then employ you. And if you're calling them out for people to boycott them, you can't expect then that they're going to hire you back. I mean, that's just the way life works. I mean, I think that's the way any company would work. But Nene says, well, the suit says that Nene recently received a call from an exec who told her, Nene, I thought we could work this out, but you called Andy problematic. And Nene said the call helped the truth come out. So, in order to refresh your memory, we will go back to the tweets that Nene sent out when Andy Cohen and Wendy Williams had discussed Nene leaks. And remember, Nene has said, I will always eat and eat good. Believe that. I always have believed in multiple streams of income. So the leaks are good. You will substance head and you old problematic person. No one knew you until you knew me. Remember, I'm an icon. Don't forget. Keep trying me, sir, and I'm gonna let the world know who you really are. She on that stuff, so they should stop using her to talk. Basically, I think she's talking about Wendy Williams here, allegedly. They both need my help with their poor ratings. Both ratings are low. Bye. Okay. So you guys recall that. So to me, based on that alone, I would really think that she's not going to be coming back to the show. Okay. And what I will say is this: I personally would have taken the 6 episode deal. And I understand some of y'all going to say, well, why would she take that deal when she's used to getting X, Y, and Z? But my thing is this: with the way that the world of entertainment works is you come in and you prove that you got that juice and that they need you, similar to, I think I heard Q Funky Dineva basically make an example of Quad, who was basically a friend of to the show last season, came in and caused a ruckus and then was brought back full time the next season. And I feel like that's how you do it. And if you guys may recall, basically this was almost set up for Nene to do this. When you guys recall, Latoya Forever called Nene out. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was during the time when it was rumored that Latoya Forever would be coming on the show. She had tweeted out, Nene, you lack empathy for Black women. As a result of your diva behavior, my aunt lost her contract in Toronto because of your comments towards Black women, leaving a Black woman's job in jeopardy. Remember when you appeared on the shopping channel? And so then Nene basically tweeted out back and basically said, looks like my Canadian peeps from the channel is speaking out. Oh, check out Ladies of Success, Miami.com. And, she went on to, discuss some other things basically. But someone here is basically, discrediting what Latoya Forever had said. But this was literally, to me, a setup for a way for Nene to kind of come back in and have something to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand that it drips of storyline creation. However, I felt like it was an inroads for Nene to surely make her way back. And because of it, I assumed that she was coming back, but she didn't. But to be honest with you, I feel like if she had come back, we might have had a much better season for season 13, because it just didn't pop and it didn't hit the way that it needed to. Okay. So to continue on further, all right. Um, the suit says this: NBC, Bravo, and True have an unwritten rule. Do not accuse us of race-based misconduct, and certainly do not accuse Andy Cohen of it, even if he participated in, fostered, and turned a blind eye for years to it. Once Miss Leaks did that, her fate was sealed with her career with NBC, Bravo, and True, and was over. It was just a matter of time. Again, the suit is seeking unspecified damages, and Bravo and the producers have yet to respond. And I'm sure at this point in time, Andy Cohen is not really even thinking about this, because I'm sure the lawyers for NBC Universal, it's NBC Universal. They money long. So honestly, I feel like a suit like this is basically going to be something that the lawyers basically just either handle, or either I don't know, settle, or just kind of move on from. I don't suspect we'll hear anything from the network. um I think it would be in their best interest not to say anything as a business, because I just understand how business works. You know what I'm saying? And I also think that, with Andy, he just he has a new baby, right? We all just heard the news yesterday that he has a new baby, to add to, his growing family. So I don't really think that this is anything that's on his mind. I think it is sad that at this point in time that the door is completely closed between Bravo, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Nene Leaks, I think, for good. But, I think Nene's out here hopefully getting her life and being able to do what she's able to do. And I hope she's able to heal from it and move on, because ultimately, at the end of the day, the Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming on Sunday. Okay. And we're going to see exactly how good it gets. And we can just hope that they bring it. And I think that honestly, they will. And it'll be interesting to see what Nene's next moves in the entertainment industry will be. So that pretty much ends our coverage for the Nene Leaks lawsuit this week. If anything else pops up, I will definitely break it all down for you and we'll discuss it. But otherwise, I have some Potomac tea that's coming up in a separate video. I did not want this video to be too extra long, and it's already longer than I intended it to be. So with that being said, I'm going to get to work on that, and then I will catch you in the next video after that. All right? Catch y'all later. Bye.